Jonathan Taylor Thomas, born September 8, 1981, the golden boy of home improvement, vanished from fame's glare, retreating from Hollywood's pressure. At 43, his $16 million hides a quiet life tinged with what could have beens. Emilio Estevez, born May 12, 1962, the heart of the Breakfast Club, turned his back on Hollywood, scarred by its toxicity. At 63, his $18 million fortune reflects both freedom and faded dreams. Paul Sorvino, born April 13, 1939, the commanding presence in Goodfellas, died July 25, 2022, at 83. His $10 million legacy is shadowed by a career that never quite matched his immense talent. Mark Wahlberg, born June 5, 1971, reinvented himself after a troubled youth of violence and jail time. At 54, his $400 million empire masks the ghosts he still wrestles with. Tom Cruise, born July 3, 1962, the eternal action hero of Mission Impossible, lives under the weight of scandal and loneliness. At 63, his $600 million offers no escape from a life as scripted as his films. Matt Dillon, born February 18, 1964, the brooding star of Crash, faded into obscurity, never fully escaping the shadow of early fame. At 61, his $40 million fortune feels bittersweet. Sidney Poitier, born February 20, 1927, the trailblazing Oscar winner, died January 6, 2022, at 94. With $20 million left behind, he broke barriers but carried the silent burden of racism's scars all his life. Tom Selleck, born January 29, 1945, the mustached hero of Magnum, P.I., saw his stardom fade in Hollywood's shifting tides. At 80, his $45 million feels like a relic of a golden era now long gone. Sam Elliott, born August 9, 1944, the gravel-voiced cowboy, faced decades of being typecast. At 81, his $20 million wealth masks a lifetime of roles that never fully revealed the man within. Mark Hamill, born September 25, 1951, immortal as Luke Skywalker, survived a near-fatal car crash and career stagnation. At 73, his $18 million fortune whispers of a man forever tied to one galaxy far away. Noah Weil, born June 4, 1971, the beloved doctor of ER, watched his star dim after early fame. At 54, his $25 million seems cold against dreams that never fully materialized. Michael Caine, born March 14, 1933, the British legend, faced poverty and rejection before his rise. At 92, with $75 million, he lives with quiet gratitude for a life nearly lost to despair. Jon Voight, born December 29, 1938, the Oscar-winning Midnight Cowboy, endured public scandals and estrangement from daughter Angelina Jolie. At 86, his $55 million fortune carries the weight of personal tragedy. Roy Scheider, born November 10, 1932, the heroic face of Jaws, died February 10, 2008, at 75 from cancer. He left behind $30 million and a legacy of talent dimmed by industry neglect. Timothy Olyphant, born May 20, 1968, the cool sheriff of Justified, wrestled with obscurity and typecasting. At 57, his $20 million can't mask the hunger for roles that show his depth. Will Smith, born September 25, 1968, the Fresh Prince turned global superstar, saw his life crack with public scandals and a career freefall. At 56, his $350 million feels fragile under the weight of redemption. Sean Connery, born August 25, 1930, the original James Bond, died October 31, 2020, from pneumonia at 90. With $350 million left behind, his fierce temper and estranged relationships haunt his legacy as much as his brilliance. Liam Neeson, born June 7, 1952, famed for Taken, was shattered by wife Natasha's sudden death. Now 73 with $145 million, he carries a quiet grief, each role a desperate escape from a heart still broken. Anthony Hopkins, born December 31, 1937, haunted audiences in Silence of the Lambs while battling his own inner demons. At 87 with $160 million, he carries scars from a youth lost to addiction and loneliness. Chris Evans, born June 13, 1981, the noble Captain America, has wrestled with crippling anxiety behind his heroic facade. At 44, his $110 million seems small compared to the peace he's still chasing. Guy Pearce, born October 5, 1967, the memory-lost Leonard in Memento, mourns a wife lost to cancer. At 57, his $25 million can't fill the void left by grief's silent echo. David Duchovny, born August 7, 1960, the face of the X-Files, saw his career tarnished by sex addiction and divorce. At 65, his $60 million fortune feels hollow in a life marked by regret. Christian Slater, born August 18, 1969, the rebel of Heathers, spiraled through arrests and rehab. At 55, his $25 million is a fragile shield against a past that never lets go. Gerard Butler, born November 13, 1969, became an icon as King Leonidas in 300, yet his life unraveled with addiction, heartbreak, and near-fatal accidents. At 55, he still battles inner demons, his $40 million fortune unable to silence the scars of regret. Ian McKellen, born May 25, 1939, forever Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings, hid years of loneliness behind wizardly wisdom. Now 86, with $60 million, he reflects on lost loves and the decades spent fearing to live as his true self. Larry Wilcox, born August 8, 1947, famed as John Baker in Chips, saw his star fade into obscurity. Legal troubles and personal loss consumed him. At 77, his $1 million net worth feels hollow against a lifetime of what-ifs. Dylan McDermott, born October 26, 1961, the star of The Practice, lost his mother in a suspected murder as a child. At 63, his $20 million hides a lifetime of scars he rarely speaks of. Brad Pitt, born December 18, 1963, the golden boy of Fight Club, hides heartbreaks, addiction battles, and a messy divorce. At 61, his $400 million can't mend a soul weathered by fame's brutal glare. Robert Patrick, born November 5, 1958, the menacing T-1000 in Terminator 2, rose from ashes of poverty yet stumbled into alcohol's grip. At 66, his $6 million fortune belies decades of quiet personal struggle.